What's going on? It's Neighborhood Chris back with another video to set your screen ablaze. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. But before we get into today's video, just a quick word of prayer for our brothers and sisters in Haiti. Today's video, what do pies have to do with self-care? I was hanging out with a friend discussing life philosophies and telling these very thoughts about my perspective on life. So my friend said, "Oh, you're trying to take care of your pies." What? Pies. And me, being an intellectual, I say, "Oh, so you mean population, intervention, endpoint, and statistics?" And she said, "No, absolutely not." And then we proceeded to have a conversation about pies that had nothing to do with Marie Callender, Duncan Hines, Betty Crocker, or even Lil Debbie. After she got into the specifics, it made a lot of sense, and we were essentially saying the same things like a synonym. Instead, we talked about what I'm about to speak about in this video, why pies are so critical to your self-care. Let's talk about pies. Number one, the physical. Exercise is really important and a crucial part of the pie. Oh, I'm dying this mother. Got flies all in my mouth. Now, in my journey in bodybuilding or weightlifting, it first started back in summer 2011, going from high school into college. I just wanted to get underwear model big, impress a few ladies, lift things up, put them back down. You know what I mean? Respectfully, of course, not to let off any lunk alarms or anything like that. But it eventually turned into so much more than that when I realized complexities to it. I like the personal challenge. I like de-stressing through exercise, particularly weightlifting and bodybuilding. If you're a CrossFitter, more power to you. I value my life too much. I ain't that reckless, but do you. I think everybody should try strength training. And you don't have to be Mr. Olympia, Ronnie Coleman, or Arnold Schwarzenegger when it comes to physical activity. From a medical standpoint, the American Heart Association recommends 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise or 75 minutes of vigorous exercise per week. Moderate intensity activity could be anything that increases your heart rate by 50 or 60%. What does that mean practically, you ask? Moderate intensity exercise is a form of exercise where you're able to carry out a conversation, but it's a little bit hard. Whereas if you're doing vigorous intensity exercises, you are just trying to focus on breathing, and it's more of an anaerobic process. So think of somebody who's really booking it while running or giving it a full out effort while swimming. And here, I have different examples of moderate intensity exercises. You could do almost anything as a form of exercise, whether that's dancing, power walking, bicycling, gardening counts, or cleaning. They have many different forms of exercises, lucky for us. Disclaimer, this is not to replace medical instruction. Consult your healthcare professional for medical advice on how to work out safely. Maintaining a level of physical activity is really important, not only for your self-esteem, but also for dealing with stress and also preventing cognitive decline long-term. Fun fact. The American Heart Association also recommends resistance training on 2 non-consecutive days. So even if you're not trying to get as big as 50 Cent was on the cover of The Massacre, it's still all good. It's recommended not only to gain muscle, but weight training or resistance training helps to prevent osteoporosis by increasing your bone density. The more you know. For more resources on exercise, feel free to check out the video description below. It also helps if you have somebody with experience who might be able to help you navigate the gym. I had an older brother who put me onto weightlifting, but another option might be to hire a personal trainer. A lot of times they come complimentary when you first sign up for a gym. When I first started weightlifting, my greatest resources was my older brother and bodybuilding.com. So this is a comprehensive website where it has everything you need weightlifting. Videos, plans, transformations. You can find out more information on nutrition here. You can find out what exercises target what body parts. Found that really helpful. The question might be, man, there's so many different types of exercises. What should I do? I mean, really? The answer is anything. Get up, get active, kind of like those old Verb campaigns. I feel like I'm dating myself now, but Verb, it's what you do. Domain number 2, the intellectual piece of the pie. Listen, I don't have to be a healthcare professional or an avid reader to let you know that knowledge is power. One of the reasons I love healthcare so much is we take an oath to be lifelong learners. Things are constantly evolving. We're constantly learning new information. I love the scientific method, hypothesizing, trialing, and testing. Even if you're not in the healthcare field, it's important to remain a lifelong learner regardless in whatever topic interests you. Forbes' list is full of savvy individuals who continuously sought knowledge and competitive advantage and didn't settle for the status quo. But it's that thirst for knowledge that really put somebody ahead. Outside of the business field, it's important to keep your mind active, whether that's learning a new language, playing a new instrument, traveling, creating art, or creating content. Even if you're not a healthcare professional, you're not trying to do business, find something that interests you and just delve deep into it. Our brain is beautiful, it's malleable, it's capable of learning new things and drawing new connections. Keeping your brain active can promote positive changes that can keep your cognition sharp well into old age. Keep things fun by mixing it up. They say variety is the spice of life. Do yourself a favor. Find different ways to keep your brain active for you, for your loved ones, and for everybody you come in contact with. Once again, knowledge is power. Piece of pie number 3, the emotional aspect. Now that I have your attention, it's important to stay on top of your emotions and know what your triggers are and what's not. Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu once said, "He who knows others is wise. He who knows himself is enlightened." We've heard this time and time again. Know thyself, know your worth, know blase, blase, blah. But it's true. I'm gonna hit you with one more cliche quote. Life is 10% what happens to you and then 90% how you respond to it. And this is so true as you take setback after setback. When the L's start piling up, it's important that you remain centered and don't let anybody move you off kilter. Things affect us that we're not even fully aware of. I don't really want to sound like just like a PSA, sitting at home, letting life pass you by. No, you need to get up, get out, do something. It's really important to do this work to get to know yourself. And this is something the work is never fully done, but you have to be active in doing this because it'll only enhance your life. It'll only give you a richer experience. Knowing your triggers. Why don't you practice what you preach? What are your triggers? Fine, I guess I'll share. Have you ever found yourself working on a long project and then suddenly the world seemed darker, there's less hope for the future, and suddenly your friends' jokes aren't really as funny as they usually are? You might be suffering from a condition called being hangry. I was afflicted by this for many years, and I still am. But now that I have knowledge of my emotional state when I'm hangry, I purposefully avoid dealing with people during those time periods or mitigate the situation by eating a protein bar or banana or some sort of other nutritious snack. So you know those Snickers commercials where it has Betty White running amok and then eventually they give her a Snickers, she calms back down, settles back into a dude, and the commercial goes, "Hey, you're not you when you're hungry." I felt that on a deeper level. Those commercials are about me. I'm not me when I'm hungry. Now I have the wherewithal to make sure I'm well fed before I'm engaging in a long activity where I gotta interact with people or listen to unfunny jokes. Recognizing that I'm not myself when I'm hungry was a huge game changer in my life. And since then, ask the people around me. I changed for the better, and so can you. Know yourself. You're not you when you're hungry either. No, but seriously, do the work, make it a priority, and don't be afraid to seek help when you need it. Especially my brothers and sisters who may be less likely to look for help due to whatever stigma. Doesn't matter. This is only for your benefit, and so many people benefit positively from taking care of their inner selves and really understanding what's going on in their mind and in their heart. This isn't something to be taken lightly. I just want to encourage those out there who are going through a tough time right now, whether it's due to the pandemic or due to just life's trials and tribulations. Just know that you are loved and you can get out of this situation too. The story does not end here. See more resources for mental health in the description box below, as well as some exercises and activities that may help you in coping with either your traumas or your situation. Last but certainly not least, number 4, the spiritual piece of the pie. One might even argue that this should have preceded all the other ones. I think it's important that we all believe in something. As for me, my faith is in God and in Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. But whether it's the universe, it's important to be connected because life is too short. Life is too immaculate, too expansive to kind of be caught up in our own little bubble or our own little mind. But take some time to develop this part of the pie. And I understand that this might look different for everybody. For some people, it might be getting into the Word, might be connecting with other believers in a church setting, but it could be as simple as going out and appreciating nature, appreciating the creation. But for unbelievers who are watching this video, there's still plenty of positive benefits from meditation, from prayer, and from connecting with the higher power. And in taking care of this piece of the pie, you might be more apt to manifest in other areas than you were had you not taken care of it. Food for thought. So there you have it, guys. That's the connection between self-care and pies. I really appreciate you watching this video. But yeah, make sure you're taking care of your pies. The physical, intellectual, emotional, and your spiritual pie. Don't let anyone bake in the oven for too long. Yeah, I'm gonna work on that one. I'm gonna take that one back to the drawing board and retool it. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll retool it. Comment down below, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Like, sheesh, what are you waiting for? Let me know which piece of the pie you working on, or separately, let me know what's your favorite type of pie. Why not? Let's have fun. Anyway, Neighborhood Chris signing off. Peace.